Hi, this is Wilderness Surviving to Thriving, and fall's here. And what I like to do in the fall is blacksmithing. I like to make knives or whatever I'm making. The first thing that I want to do is I gotta get stocked up with charcoal. Now, how do you make charcoal? That's what I'm going to show you in this video. Um, I had it set up closer to the house. My wife said it looked ugly, so I had to move it to over here. So I'm going to go ahead and make my charcoal pit over here. So I'll show you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use this barrel right here. First thing you want to do is draw an outline, around the barrel, and you want to dig a hole, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So let me go ahead and dig that hole, and I'll be back. So I'm in the process of cleaning out the spot here, the new spot, and I'll show you what I did a long time ago. I just cut a hole here in the top. So you want to cut a hole in the burn barrel. Use whatever tools you have. I made a flap here, but it's not necessary. You can get rid of that flap, and I'll show you what you can do instead. But I cut that. I'll show you the bottom here. So the bottom, I made some holes here. That's for so you can get some air in the barrel. Now you might say these holes are kind of big. I have a lot of little holes and some big ones. That's just to get the airflow going, which I'll explain in a minute. And then I just dug a hole, and I have, was that a bed frame I cut in half, and I don't know what that is, but just metal rods. So the hole is only a couple inches deep. You don't even need it this deep. It was just pretty loose soil right here, so I dug a little deeper for some reason, but that's very rare in this area, so I got excited. But yeah, it just has to be a couple inches, and make sure that the barrel can sink down in there. But anyways, what you do is you pick up the barrel, you put it over the hole, directly over the hole, and you go ahead and, it's been pretty dry around here, so I'm going to take some of these leaves and put it at the bottom, and then I'll light the fire from the bottom, and I'm going to load in some sticks, all different sizes, probably the smaller ones down below and a little bit bigger ones up top. But let me go ahead and prep this barrel with sticks, and we'll fire her up. Okay, I started the fire, as you can see, and it's centered right in the middle of that hole. And I broke up the sticks over here to the size that I'm going to use on the forge, kind of, not all of them, but, and what I did is I did some sticks in there, layers, and then I layered it with leaves, dried leaves, and then sticks, dried leaves. So I lit it from the top this time. I just wanted, it's going to go through the whole thing because I have layers of leaves in there. And then I'm going to, I like, things like this size. I like, all different cut sizes I have in here. But, if you don't live in the woods, kind of like I do a little bit, you can go to a construction site, whatever, and pick up scraps off the ground. But I'm going to let this burn. I'm going to continue feeding the fire. I'm going to get a good burn going. I want to make sure everything is ignited in there. And I'll be back and I'll show you what to do next. But continue, like I said, to feed the fire. These are small pieces, but I'll just continue to feed it. And I'll put a little bit bigger pieces in there, and I'll be back. Okay, it's burning pretty well. When you put the sticks in, it's good to have a stoker stick. I'm trying to get all the sticks below this line right here. So I can close this up. There it goes. And then you, like I said, you don't need this flap here. But I'm going to push that flap down. Wow, look at that. And you know what? I'm going to grab some gloves here. Let me just grab a glove here. Fire, we're supposed to do that. The fire is going to smother a little bit, which is good. It's fine, that's what you want. You want to take out the oxygen. So I'm going to grab this, which is a bacon tin. It's ugly, so I was allowed to steal it from the kitchen. Put it on top. Excuse me, smoke. Put it on top like that. Then I'm going to grab some soil that, I left around here, and I'm going to put it, there's some roots in here. Put it all the way around. Smoke in the eyes again. Put all the way around that and sealed off. And what I'm going to do is I can't do this with the camera. I'm going to go ahead and drop that down. So let me go ahead and do that. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and drop this down. This thing's very hot, obviously, so be careful. It might even burn me through this glove. Yeah, definitely. This one's a better glove. So I'm going to drop that down like so. Make sure the fire doesn't fall on top of you. And let's drop this one down. Whoops. Kind of crooked here. We hammer it over. Okay. So that's that. And what I'm going to do here is fill it in like that. We want to remove the oxygen so that way it can charcoal up. So I'm going ahead and just kick this soil around. And then I'm going to take some excess soil, put it all the way around here. And put it all the way around there to stop the oxygen. Okay, I just finished. Just takes 2 seconds, but I just fully covered it up. I put a lot of soil up there. Clay works very well. You don't need so much, but you'll still see smoke coming out. If you see too much smoke in one area, you probably need to put more soil there. As you can see, that's sunken down. I kicked everything in. There's no way that oxygen is getting in that way. So, like I said, you want to totally eliminate the oxygen for the most part. Eliminate most of it at least. And let me see. Be very careful when you do this. It is hot even with those gloves I have. It is still extremely hot. So always be careful. The reason I raised it up off the ground to begin with was to get oxygen in there so I can get a good burn. I think I explained that already. And then, once you have a good burn, keep on feeding it. And then, once it's totally full and, you're satisfied with the amount in there, go ahead and drop it down and do what I just did. But I'll show you the end product in the next video. Okay, it's next day. And you want to feel it first to make sure there's no heat. Yep, it's cold as can be. So, sometimes burn barrels burn for a long time, but since you cut off the oxygen, it doesn't seem to burn that long, I don't think. But just make sure it's cold before you, dip into it. I didn't fill this up all the way yesterday because I didn't clean this area up fully yet. It was, the flames went that high and they burnt some of the hemlock up there and started a fire. So I should have filled this up a little bit more probably, but I'm going to remove these the bacon sheet here. I think I called this thing tin or something, but yeah, cookie sheet, bacon sheet, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, it's not filled up all the way, but you want to get the soil out of here. But you can see, it's nicely charred. See how it's coming off of my hands here. Charcoal. So that's what it looks like. There's tons of it in here. You can dump this out into your pile. Like I said, I should have filled this up a little bit more, but I didn't. I thought it was a fire hazard. So the gases inside were really going crazy. Everything was burning like crazy yesterday. But anyways, so this is how you make charcoal, and you can see everything in here. So see, and then you put that on your forge. You break that up into pieces. I like a little bit bigger pieces than what I have in there, but you can use all sizes. But anyways, I mentioned before also that you can get stuff off a construction site. That's fine. I don't know about the chemicals in woods and what that negative effects that has on the person if you breathe it in, so just investigate that. I've never had to do that because, as you can see, I got a lifetime supply right here in my yard. So anyways, so take a look at my next videos on how to, I think we're going to do a knife. Check out a Little Survivor. He's going to make a knife out of I think a railroad spike. So this is my forge, so he'll probably make a knife out of this. Maybe I'll try doing something with this. This is kind of big. I can make a huge knife out of that, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. We have plenty of metal here to make stuff. So check out my future video. Maybe it's going to be titled "How to Make a Knife," how to forge a knife. Check out also Little Survivor. Thanks.